Okay, we're going to take a look at a little small issue that several units around have been noticing. As we use these nozzles and we start to use more smooth bores and we start to flow 2.5, people have noticed that with these nozzles, as you open them up, they come to a stopping point. However, that's not fully open. To fully open, you have to ensure that you click it all the way down. I talked to the Elkhart representative about this, and he said it's really not a design of the nozzle. It's just a function of the way that the gaskets are put together. Over time, this should go away with your nozzles, but newer nozzles, as you pull back, you're going to meet resistance. That's not necessarily the place to stop. You need to keep going to make sure it's fully open. When it comes to a fog nozzle, we found that there's not a whole lot of difference. It's not going to change the GPM. We did some testing with engine 17 and found that with that right there, it's not going to change the GPM a whole lot, and with the fog stream, it's not going to change the stream. However, if we were to take the fog tip off and go to a smooth bore, it makes a dramatic difference in the quality of the stream. If you go to here, you're going to notice that you have a bad stream. If you click it all the way, then the stream's going to improve. Same thing with this 2.5 nozzle. When I pull it back, I meet resistance. That's not where I need to stop. I need to make sure I click it all the way. We found that there is a pretty big difference with this tip right here, but it's even more so once we remove that stack tip and we go to the slug tip 1.25 inches. The problem's even more pronounced with the stream because this is such a short tip, it doesn't have a chance to get the water back together. So if you pull it just to here, you're going to have a bad stream. You need to click it all the way. Okay, on this nozzle, you'll notice that this happens to be a full ball valve, unlike this double cut valve. But it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference in involving this issue. So as we open this nozzle up, you'll meet resistance as this tries to overcome the gasket on the front and the back. Once you push through, you'll notice that it opens all the way up. Here are 4 different nozzles that I found at Station 40. The first 3 nozzles had a little bit of resistance right before they were fully opened. They wasn't quite as noticeable as the first 2 in the video, and when it comes to the last nozzle here, there was no resistance at all. So that shows you all these nozzles, there's varying degrees of resistance, and some of them you won't notice any difference at all. Here's a side-by-side comparison. The nozzle on the left is not fully open, the nozzle on the right is fully open. Even though the stream on the right is not a perfect stream, you can tell that it's much better than the one on the left. On the right, most of the water is still going through that small window, where on the left, most of the water is missing the window. This is a close-up view as the firefighter moves between the 2 different positions on the nozzle. Here's the difference with an 1.1 inch stack tip. You'll notice a more dramatic difference with the 1.25 inch slug tip. So in the end, this is only a minor issue, but check your nozzles at the station, see if you notice any resistance, and if you run a smooth bore nozzle, make sure the nozzle is completely open.